So today we're going to cover my top 10 for Straight to the 99 from Secrets of Strixhaven, how they are ranked in the top 10, but also what commanders I'm most excited to try these new cards out in. Any of these cards that I wasn't able to pull myself are currently on their way to me from TCG Player. So if we talk about any cards today that you would like to pick up for your deck, feel free to use my TCG Player affiliate code before you go by. It'll be linked in the description of this video, in the comments, and then also you can find it in my link tree in the bio here on YouTube. It helps out the channel and it's free. So getting right into it at number 10. I put all these together, but the Turbulent Cycle for the lands are really exciting, and I hope that they get reprinted into the ground because I would love to see them in every pre-con that they can go in, and I'd also love to see the other color pairings coming up soon so that we can complete this cycle. But really great to see. I think they're going to make a big difference, especially in lower power tables, but really in anything. Being able to have untapped mana is always going to be great. Number 9. Prismari, the Inspiration. I know a lot of people are building this as a commander right now. I thought about it, but I had a better place for it. 5 and a blue and a red for an Elder Dragon with flying and ward, pay 5 life for a 7/7. And instant and sorcery spells you cast have Storm, which is great, but I think it's going to obviously be a removal target because anybody that untaps with this is possibly going to win the game that they're playing. But I thought a great spot for it would be in my Niv Mizzet Visionary deck. This is a really good Storm deck. It's kind of got a dragon sub-theme to it. 4, a blue and a red for a 5/5 Dragon Wizard with flying. You have no maximum hand size, and then whenever a source you control deals non-combat damage to an opponent, you draw that many cards. So this is a pinging deck, kind of like I said, a dragon sub-theme deck. But then it's also a Spellslinger deck, and having all the instant sorceries have Storm will just be a great icing on the cake for this. An already very powerful commander. And I could also run this as a backup commander if I just wanted to swap it out and try something new every once in a while. Number 8, Resonating Loot. 2, a blue and a red for an artifact. Lands you control have tap, add 2 mana of any one color. Spend this mana only to cast instant and sorcery spells. You can also tap this to draw a card. Activate only if you have 7 or more cards in your hand. Now, same answer as before. This is going to go in my Niv Mizzet Visionary deck as a test to see how this will do, because in the colors that we're doing here, we don't have a ton of ramp other than rituals. So this would give a way of making my lands tap for more. And the same thing with VV Ornitier. Obviously a very powerful commander as well, but this would be another way of being able to get some extra mana out of our lands. Number 7, Mathemagics. Now, this is an X spell, so there's plenty of really cool places you could put this, and I thought about putting it in Zaxara and stuff like that as my X spell commander, or even in the new precon with Zamone would be also a great spot for this. But where my mind wanted it to be first was honestly in my Heliod, the Radiant Dawn, and the backside Heliod, the Warped Eclipse deck. This is a heavy budget deck. It's like 60 bucks. But this is exactly the kind of thing that I'm wanting to do, to be able to use my discount from Heliod and get somebody to draw a bunch of cards. That way I will then get an even bigger discount. And the fact that I can actually take someone out of the game, but they draw their way out of the game, which just increases my benefit that I will get to use with Heliod, is even better. So if you have a Heliod the Radiant Dawn deck, give it a try. It's already in mine. I'm just need to get a game in with it. Number 6, Dina's Guidance. 1, a black and a green. Search your library for a creature card, reveal it, put it in your hand or graveyard, then shuffle. This is just like Eladamri's Call, only you get the option of putting it in your graveyard, which for any graveyard deck is obviously going to be pretty valuable. Where I first thought of where I'd like to put this is going to be in my Henzi Toolbox Torre deck. Obviously a really powerful commander, a lot of fun to pilot, but another way of being able to get something I need in these colors is pretty great. But as a secondary, to Vol the Balanced Scale and Colossal Grave Reaver, one of my favorite decks from last year, and one I always have fun piloting. But with Dina's Guidance giving you the option to put it into your graveyard, which means you aren't taking it into your hand, would trigger Colossal Grave Reaver and lets you put whatever it is you're wanting into play. So Colossal Grave Reaver says, Whenever one or more creature cards are put into your graveyard from your library, put one of them onto the battlefield. If we are searching our library and putting it into our graveyard, it'll never enter our hand. So it goes from library to graveyard. Trigger, put it into play. It's perfect for Taval and Colossal Gravereaver. Number 5, Scheming Silvertongue. 1 and a black for a flying lifelink vampire warlock 1/3 with Sign in Blood attached to it as a sorcery for 2 black to target player draws 2 cards and loses 2 life. And at the beginning of your second main phase, if you've gained 2 or more life this turn, this creature becomes prepared. So I think the obvious answer that should be on everyone's mind here is going to be Edgar Markov and or Clavileño, First of the Blessed. Both of these decks of mine have life gain in them, obviously, and are going to be able to reset Scheming Silvertongue. That way we can use her pretty much every turn of ours, and it will just add a lot of value. Number 4, Grave Researcher. 2 and a black at the beginning of your upkeep, surveil 1. Then if there are 3 or more creature cards in your graveyard, this creature becomes prepared. And the prepared spell is Reanimate. To put a target creature card onto the battlefield and in control, use life equal to that card's mana value. Obviously, any graveyard deck's going to want this, but the one that immediately came back to my mind is my beloved Taval, the Balanced Scale, and it's already in the deck. I added it in the deck tonight. It's already in there. But any graveyard deck, obviously, is going to love to test this out. Will it be as good as just having Reanimate? I don't know, but it is definitely worth trying, and I'm going to try it out. Number 3, Flow State. A lot of talk about Flow State right now. 1 and a blue for a sorcery. Look at the top 3 cards of your library. Put one of them into your hand, the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. If there is an instant if there is an instant and sorcery card in your graveyard, instead put 2 of them into your hand and the rest on the bottom of your library in any order. So this could easily go in Niv Mizzet, Visionary, VV Ornithir, anything that's going to just, it's a way to dig for some cards. It's a great card. My mind immediately went to Talrand Sky Summoner for my decks. I may still try it in Niv Mizzet and VV, but in Talrand, I went with a build that is not trying to combo, so I need to make a whole lot of Drakes. So a mono blue deck that isn't comboing. I know it sounds weird. It actually is more fun to pilot than you might think. But anyway, that's going to let me create more Drakes and get more cards in my hand is great. So it is already in Talrand to be tried out at my next game night. Number 2, Emeritus of Woe. So everyone knows of this one already. The Vampire Warlock, 3 and a black with Demonic Tutor stapled to it. 5/4, this creature enters prepared at the beginning of your end step. If 2 or more creatures died this turn, this creature becomes prepared, and you can then cast Demonic Tutor. So a repeatable Demonic Tutor on the battlefield is going to be powerful in any deck that has black, but it is already in Edgar Markov. It's a vampire, it triggers Edgar Markov, and then I have a repeatable Demonic Tutor. It's great value. And then I'm waiting on my other one from TCG Player to get put into Clavileño First of the Blessed, my other vampire deck, because it's going to be just as great in there because I gain a lot of life and I need to be able to find stuff when I need it. Then my number 1 card that I'm most excited to put into the 99 and get some games in with and try out is Planar Engineering. Did Landfall need this? No. Am I glad it has it? Yes. So 3 and a green for a sorcery to sacrifice 2 lands, search your library for 4 basic land cards, put them on the battlefield tapped, and then shuffle. This is going to go right in my Hearthhold deck, and there is already one in my Lumra Bellow of the Woods deck. It's going to be extremely powerful in both of these lists because obviously with a Scoot Swarm, an Avenger of Zendikar, or a Mossborn Hydra, this is absolutely going to go bonkers, and it's going to be a lot of fun. But there is one guy in my LGS that plays this upcoming commander, and it's going to be particularly crazy in there when someone is able to pull it off, and that is Tifa Lockhart. I know this is probably not the first time you're hearing this, but Tifa Lockhart with this card and a fetch land is someone's going to probably die this turn because you have Tifa Lockhart already out. On your turn where she doesn't have Summoning Sickness, you play a fetch land, you get a trigger, Tifa goes up to 2 power, when you sack that fetch, or when it enters, you sack it, go get a land, she'll go up to 4, and then you cast planar engineering and you get 4 more triggers. So she'll go to 8 and then to 16 and then to 32 and then to 64. You'd be able to swing a 64 2 at somebody with trample, and yeah, that's going to kill at least one person. You may not make it to your next turn after that if you're playing Tifa, but you will get to do the cool thing. This has been my top 10. Check out Monk's Field at command priority for all my deck lists that are currently on there. And if you see any cards today that you're wanting to pick up for your decks, or if you have any of the same decks as I do, let me know in the comments below. And use my TCG player link. It really helps out this channel, and it doesn't cost you anything, and I'd really appreciate it. Till next time.